Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Posham Tambeni, and if you are new here, welcome. Don't forget to share, comment, and obviously subscribe onto this channel. And if you are not new, you are already a subscriber. Oh, sorry about that. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video. And guys, as you all know, this channel is all about journey as a Christian, lifestyle content, and also educational content. So you guys, without any further ado, I really just want us to get right into this video. So yes, so guys, I've recently did a video saying that I will be doing biblical story times, right? And the reason for that is because I really want people to be interested in reading the Bible, right? And I really want people to also learn, because sometimes other people, they read the Bible, like for just reading it on top. Like, I want people to be interested. I want people to build up their interest, like more things about the Bible and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, there's so much more that you can find. Like, this book is so interesting. Like, don't just read it, but also study it, right? So today I will be quick into this video because I also don't want this video to be long. I really want us to cover up the story of Orpah. So if I happen to forget anything, guys, please forgive me. I will make sure that I will drop another video after realizing that if there's anything that I have forgotten. So if there's anything that I would also love to add later, I will write them down here, right? So guys, the story of Orpah. I know and I believe that most of us, we know the story in the book of Ruth, between Ruth, Orpah, and Naomi. Naomi was the mother-in-law of Ruth and Orpah. Ruth and Orpah were married to the same brothers, right? Were married to siblings. I don't know if I'm making sense. We're married to siblings. So their husbands were biological brothers. Yes, their husbands were biological brothers. So as I was also researching, I also found that Orpah and Ruth were also biological sisters. Their father was King Eglon of Moab, right? Sorry about that, of Moab. So guys, if I'm mentioning these names wrong, please forgive me. You know how the names in the Bible are. So I will just pronounce them the way that I say them, right? And the way that I know how to, right? So because of that, so what I want to cover up is that what happened to Orpah when she left her mother-in-law. Because most of the time, you see guys, I was reading this book, the book of Ruth, like reading it, but because of curiosity, and I love that I do get curious about things, you understand. I wanted to find out like what happened to Orpah, and I think this was even last year. I wanted to find out that what happened to Orpah, and I just started researching and writing down. Probably I didn't even know that one day I'll be sitting down writing and talking about this story. So what happened to Orpah was that the day that she left, I need you guys to remember that if you study the book of Ruth, especially chapter 1, I believe, you will find that Ruth and Orpah were intending to go back with their mother-in-law, right? Were intending to go back with their mother-in-law. So somewhere along the way, their mother-in-law said, because they have lost their husbands, their mother-in-law said, I want you guys to go back to your father's house, because there is nothing that I can do for you anymore. I can't have kids, sons that you guys are gonna wait for so that you can get married to. So go back to your father's house. Then Ruth decided that she's going to stay with her mother-in-law, and Orpah said she's going to go back, decided that she's going to go back, right, to her father's house. So the night, okay, before that, right, Orpah's name actually means a neck, because she turned her back on her mother-in-law. So they are, when I was researching, I found that Orpah's name actually means a neck, right? And then her name, another name that was given to her, it was Harafu / Harafa, right? So because of her actions, so Orpah is regarded as the opposite of Ruth, because Ruth stayed with her mother-in-law. Ruth got married and 1 2 3 4 5, right? And then Orpah left her mother-in-law, and the night that Orpah left she slept with 100 men from 100 nations, including a dog. I'm like, okay, guys, is that what like emotions do to people? Obviously, she was going through a lot. To get what I'm trying to say. So that's what happened. That's what she did. So her actions were regarded like promiscuous actions and stuff like that, and this and this and that. So that's what Orpah did, right? So because Orpah slept with 100 men from 100 nations, one of those nations, I would love to believe that it was the nations of the Philistine, right? The nations of the Philistine. So, but with what happened to Orpah, she ended up being married to a man named Rapha, right? The man named Rapha happens to be the father of Goliath, right? Happens to be the father of Goliath. So Orpah is Goliath's mother, right? Besides also Orpah being Goliath's mother, also Orpah had 4 kids. You know, the Philistines giants that are mentioned in the book of 2 Samuel chapter 21 verse 15 to 21 were Orpah's children. So those Philistine giants. So when I was doing my research, they said that Orpah had 4 kids, right? All of them were giants, right? Including Goliath. So I don't know if it says including Goliath as in like it's 5 now, right? And or including Goliath as that it's 4, because you know how researchers can be, somebody saying that, somebody saying that. So but that's what I've gathered, right? But all the kids that were mentioned in the book of 2 Samuel verse 21, chapter 21 verse 15 to 21 were were Orpah's children, right? So the another thing that I've also wanted to share was that because Orpah accompanied her no, not her grandmother, guys, because Orpah accompanied her mother-in-law. Remember, she was intending to go back, but somewhere along the way, her mother-in-law said these things that they should go back, and then she went back. So she accompanied her mother-in-law 40 paces, and that 40 paces came in as a good reward for her children, to be specific Goliath, because Goliath in the book of 1 Samuel, let me check which one, I will put it down here. Yes, in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 16, Goliath's death was delayed by 40 days, right? The reason for that is because Orpah accompanied her mother-in-law 40 paces, right? The good thing came out of it, right? So guys, this is the story that I really wanted to share. So if I've forgotten anything, I would come back and share it, because I also want to cover up Goliath himself only, right? So what happened is, how did Orpah die? You know, Goliath was killed by David, right? We both know that. The 4 Philistines giants that I mentioned in the book of 2 Samuel chapter 21 verse 15 to 21, they were killed by David's servants. You know, so Orpah also was killed by Abishai. Who is Abishai? Guys, let me close this video right here, right now, and if there's anything that I've missed, I'll come back and also edit. But until the next video, we'll be talking all about Goliath and what have really happened between Goliath and David and all the Jews. So thank you so much, guys, for clicking onto this video, for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and obviously comment. Bye, guys.